So Henry Cejudo, Triple C, in his infinite delusion, has called for a fight against Peter Yan after taking an extremely embarrassing and controversial loss against Song Yadong. Let me preface this with a statement. The loss that Henry Cejudo took against Song Yadong was controversial. Okay, I see cases for both sides in this. Henry, it was an embarrassing move by Henry because Henry kind of, like Henry's blaming the ref a lot. A, for not taking a point, and B, for not ending the fight before the end of the third round. But it was also Henry's decision to fucking stay in the fight and fight the rest of the third round. The eye poke was bad. It was a bad eye poke. The eye went, one of Song's fingers went right the fuck in his eye and made Henry's eye bleed. But again, it was one eye. Henry could see out of the other eye. Okay, there are a bunch of fucking one-eyed fighters that fought in the UFC. Not a bunch of them, but there have been one-eyed fighters that have fought or still fight in the UFC. Sharipov Magomedov, Michael Bisping. Two one-eyed fighters, they fight, You get fucked up in the fight. If you can still fight, you fight. A lot of fighters do that, tough it out. Henry doesn't. Bad look on Henry. But still, I also get that it was a devastating eye poke. Henry also mentioned that he was seeing two of certain things and shit like that. I get it. The main thing is Henry needs to stand on that and make a move earlier than he did. He fought the rest of round 3, and then the ref went right to the fucking scorecards. So, it's controversial. It could go either way. It's still a bad look on Henry, and even Dana didn't like it. Because Henry had been talking about a rematch. Song Yadong even proposed a rematch, and Dana wanted none of it. Dana doesn't want a rematch to happen. So that obviously means Song gets a W, moves up. Henry gets the L, moves down. Ever since Henry came out of his much too early and stupidly executed retirement, he's been taking L's. Came back, took the L against Aljamain, then moved on to take the L against Marab, now has the L against Song Yadong. Losing streak for Henry Cejudo. I don't hate Henry. I'm not a Henry Cejudo fan. I respect what he's done. Champ. Gold medalist wrestler. A lot going for him. Definitely a certified UFC legend. That being said, right now doesn't look like a legend. It could be chalked up to age, focus, whatever it could be. He just doesn't look like that right now. He's on a losing streak, and this most recent loss does not look great at all. I'm calling him delusional, especially because he then moved on from this loss against Song Yadong to call out Peter Yan, who just recently beat Davison Figueiredo and is now close to a title shot. How the fuck do you think a guy that's close to fighting for the belt is going to want to step down to your level after being on a losing streak and fight you? It's delusion. It's absolute delusion. I don't know what caused Henry Cejudo to think that he's going to get a fight against Peter Yan after losing a controversial fight against Song Yadong and losing that fight. Song Yadong was whooping Henry's ass. He outpunched Henry, okay? A lot of people are also saying that Henry, did that whole eye poke drama just because he knew he was going to lose the other 2 rounds, the last 2 rounds. And I don't necessarily disagree with that take either, okay? Right now, I'm not really very solid in any outlook on this outcome because there's too many of them. And all of them kind of have their own, certifiability, their own concreteness in all of this. It's a pretty much very confusing issue. And I remember watching the fight and watching all the officiators and all the announcers and everybody just being confused as fuck, even the fighters being confused on what is going to happen next. Because Henry decided to take the full 5 minutes after the eye poke, sit there, do this weird shit to the crowd. A lot of weird stuff Henry did, that just, it was just a weird sight to see. But yeah, mainly I just wanted to touch on how delusional a call out for Peter Yan is after being in the situation that you're in. He looks very much like he's doing the same shit that Colby Covington is doing, basically. He's sounding very much like Colby Covington. Colby Covington took that loss against Joaquin Buckley and then decided to call out Bilal and start talking about a fight with Bilal. No sense. You took an L. You're not close to fighting a belt after taking an L. You know, it makes no sense. So, yeah, really weird shit from Henry. You know, when seeing that, some other people have been talking about Henry retiring. Do I think Henry should retire? Yeah, I do. I think he should consider retirement. Henry also, do not forget, Henry did make a bet with Merab, saying that if he lost to Merab, he would retire. He went back on that bet and is still fighting. You know, so Henry should have been retired. And it's all Henry's fault because Henry initially retired way too damn early. Henry retired at the height of his fucking career. He was doing well long ago when he decided to retire. He retired, took that whole retirement period, wasting away his time, decided to come back, and has taken 3 L's consecutively since. So, I don't know what's next for Henry. I don't think Henry beats any of the top bantamweights. So, I don't know what's next for him. I think if Henry is so driven to keep fighting in the UFC, I think what Henry should do next is make a bigger weight cut, move down to flyweight, and test your luck there. I think that's the best next move for Henry Cejudo. I really do. I think he loses against all the top bantamweights, and if he moves up, he's getting even further fucked up. So I think his best chance is to make the total weight cut, go to flyweight, test your luck against a Manel Kape, against a Alexandre Pantoja, against a Steve Erceg, and see what you can do, you know? Because that's the next best hope. It really is. I don't think Henry beats Peter Yan. I don't think Henry beats Sugar Sean O'Malley even. I don't think Henry beats Sanhagen. I don't think Henry beats Davison Figueiredo, you know? So Henry's in this really bad spot right now where it's either retirement or you got to make some drastic changes, especially since now Dana isn't really too happy with you after what happened in that fight, because Dana did not look happy when being questioned about what went down at the end of Henry's fight against Song Yadong. So, yeah, all in all, Henry, bad spot. Song Yadong, good spot. I would like to see Song Yadong fight Sugar Sean O'Malley next. Only time will tell what really happens. It all comes down to what the UFC decides. But overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and leave those notifications on for my next video. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next.